This is going to be the low back routine level 1. So this is for anyone who is having pretty bad back spasms or feels immobile and cannot do much right now. The goal is when we're done with these exercises to feel decent that we can actually move around without feeling like we're going to fall apart. So for this, we're going to need a box, a bench, a couch, an ottoman, something that's high enough that when you lay down on your back, your calves can be around 90 degrees and your hips can be around 90 degrees. We'll need either a large pillow or 2 cushions like I have here, and then we'll need either lacrosse or a tennis ball. So the first exercise we're going to have is going to be 90-90 on a box, okay? So this is going to be 90-90 position. We're going to be on our back on the ground, and we want to lay down so our calves are supported by that couch or that ottoman. So for me, this box is a little bit low, so I'm actually going to take my cushions and I'm going to put them up here just so you can see, because the idea is that couch or that ottoman should really help take the weight of my legs off, and then I can have my lower back in this happy position. So once I'm in this position, I want to try to push my back flat, trying to fill in that gap in my lower back, and this will help create a neutral spine down at the bottom, and this should be a happy position. So we're going to hang out here for about 2 minutes, and we're going to focus on breathing in through our nose, out our mouth, and just trying to keep a little bit of pressure down through our back as we breathe in each time. So we'll hang out here for about 2 minutes. As soon as your timer is set, you're going to take your lacrosse or tennis ball and you're going to carefully place it on one side of your lower back. Make sure it's not on a bone. It should be above your dimple, it should be above your SI joint, and it should be to the side of your spine. So we're going to spend 2 minutes on each side. So position that ball on one side of your lower back, carefully get it set, and then we're going to push down and breathe. So if we're very tight, if we're having very debilitating spasms, you should definitely start with either a tennis ball or even something smaller or squishier, because it's going to have a little more give to it, and it's going to be easier for your back to relax around it. But the idea is we push into that ball, and we breathe, and try to relax around the ball. So you should still be able to push your butt down relatively, and then the areas around your lower back should be able to stay smushed flat in the ground. And we just want to continue to breathe in through our nose, out our mouth. And we'll go 2 minutes on one side, and then we're still going to do 2 minutes on the other, even if your tightness is only on one side of your back. In through our nose, out our mouth. Once your 2 minutes on that side is up, we're going to do what I like to call knee drops. So you're going to carefully pivot away from your couch, your ottoman, your box. Okay, so careful. Make sure we push away if your back's really tight. And for the knee drops, we're going to be laying down on our back with our feet flat. Start off with your feet hip width, and we're going to let our knees drop from one side over to the other. You should get a slight stretch. Make sure you don't push it too far. And if we need to, we hang out on one side breathing. So I can just hang out on the side, exhale through that position, then try to breathe back into that area of my lower back and my rib cage. As we get a little bit better at this position, a little more competent, you can have your feet a little closer together, and you can actually leave your feet stacked if you want to as you drop from side to side. Just breathing as you move through. So we'll do at least 10 drops on each side. Then the last thing we're going to do is with your cushion or your pillow, you're going to put it between your knees, and we're going to squeeze as tight as we can for about 5 to 6 seconds. So make sure it's set. My feet are flat, and I'm just going to crush, 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 and I'm going to relax. I'm going to do that 3 times. So I'm just going to crush, 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 relax, and then you do it one more time. The idea is we're trying to get the muscles in our groin and then down into our pelvis to engage a little bit. And sometimes you can have some instant relief, sort of like a self-adjustment way to think about it. But just make sure you're careful, don't pull too hard. But you want to just try to create some tension, try to activate everything on the inside of our thighs.